What's going on, YouTubers? This is Johnny here, still in Chela, Guatemala. It's Tuesday. I think it's the 5th. Yep. I'm looking at my computer. It's 1/5/2021. So far, 2021 hasn't been too great. Anyhow, I'm happy. I'm here in Guatemala. I had some red bell peppers are fresh. I had some broccoli. I like broccoli. I understand most people ain't going to be liking broccoli, but I love it. Anyways, I got a big head of broccoli for like 3Q. Then I got two kind of small, medium-sized bell peppers for 5Q. Anyways, part of the reason I like living in Guatemala is because of the fresh fruits and vegetables. I don't really like fruits as much. I know other people do. I'm not really a, what do you call that, fruitarian. Every once in a blue moon, I'll get like fruits, blended up with ice. I forget what they call it. Not Serbies, but those fruit drinks. I don't get them too much. But anyways, tonight I had a whole bell pepper and some broccoli. And then I chopped up an onion. I'm not a vegetarian. It's just what I had for my vegetables. I steamed it. And for those of you who don't know, there's a lot of vitamin C in red bell peppers or green ones. I don't think there's a difference, but if you're a viewer and you know there's a difference between the green ones and the red ones, I don't think there is. But one bell pepper, I was told, has enough vitamin C that's what a person needs to stay healthy. So instead of taking pills and stuff, you can just eat fresh fruits and vegetables here in Central America. They're pretty cheap. Anyways, it was good. I had a good dinner. I'm happy. I had some fresh beef, but locally made beef that's not full of chemicals and stuff. So that was nice. Anyways, earlier this afternoon, I was doing some research on just the travel situation. So far, it doesn't seem to be getting any worse, but it doesn't appear to be getting any better. Let me just say why. I was watching the news here tonight there's a couple English channels here, at least for the news. There's a BBC in English. There's a French channel in English. Other than that, I don't really watch TV too much. So oftentimes when I make comments, sometimes I'm not sure. I could be wrong. I'm out of the loop half the time. I don't really watch the news that much. Anyways, I was watching tonight on the French channel, and then later on the BBC. England is still locked down, and they're going to extend their lockdown. What's his name? Oh, I forget his name, but the dude with the blonde hair with the young mistress, I forget his name. Boris. Anyways, Boris is going to, looks like he's going to be kind of a jerk and extend the, the lockdown they have. It appears to me they're in crisis mode. I'm not really too sure why. Probably you could tell where I am on that COVID thing. I really have no idea why half the stuff's happening, because when you look at the death numbers and you looked at countries that locked down and others that didn't, you can see that the results of going up and down is about the same. So it doesn't appear locking down or not locking down really changes anything. But anyways, for political reasons or for whatever reasons, Mr. Boris is going to keep the place locked down. I mention that because so is Germany. Germany's Angela Merkel. I'm not sure what exactly she said, but it appears she wants to err on the side of caution and keep the Germans locked down. I don't know how much longer that'll last, but Germans nowadays are pretty freaking docile. As a matter of fact, that's where my answers just come from the UK and Germany. And I don't know what to say, but it seems like modern day man in first world countries have become a bunch of slaves. Anyways, I'm not really saying go out on the street protest. I'm just saying if you can get your cojones back, maybe immigrate, start your own business, learn about your options from a lawyer, consultants, whatever. But there's a great life to be had out here if that's what you want. But that great life is getting harder and harder in first world countries. And the reason I want to make this observation is because I still am a little bit hopeful, but my hope is going down. Like, there's a new strain of COVID, which I'm sure my viewers are familiar with or heard about. There was a case in the United States, a guy got it, a young man, 2021 or something like that. And he didn't travel internationally. They're like, why did he get this? I don't know. But he got it, so now more and more countries are saying this could be worse than the original corona, could be not as bad, it could be more this, more that. We don't have a lot of information. That's all probably true. No one really knows. There's no reason to lock a country down, though. But because no one knows, the people at the top, the elites, the people who run things, they're in panic mode. I think they're mostly just in, we're going to grab more power mode. I actually think they know what's going on, but I just don't think it's a conspiracy like some of my friends think. I just think it's a few bad actors taking advantage of the situation, and there may be well-meaning people thinking they're doing the right thing, but they're getting incomplete information or they're incompetent. I could see that being both ways too. There's just like, I want to use a term with Boris and his administration, not Boris himself. I'm not criticizing him or Trump or Merkel or any of these people, no matter what side of the spectrum they're on, political spectrum. But it's like the Keystone Cops. It's like all what they do to keep the corona from, spreading is like watching Keystone Cops. It's really funny because in the end, in the end, people are going to die who are going to die. Businesses are going to get destroyed, and it's not funny. I mean, I don't want to make light of people dying or people's business being destroyed, but this virus is going to go through society just like the flu or colds or whatever. No matter what precautions you take, it will go through. And one of the best precautions is just being healthy and exercising, getting vitamin D from the sun if you can, eating fruits and vegetables with natural, vitamin C and stuff if you can. Those are the best precautions you can take, having a positive mindset. Anyhow, because of this new strain and because it appears certain bad actors or people with good intentions want to do the right thing and virtual signal by shutting everything in, I think they might do that again. So for all you folks who want to travel, especially from Europe and Australia and UK, as far as I know, people from the UK can't travel into Guatemala right now, and even Australia. That's what I heard. Keep in mind, I did not verify this, but that's what I read, that Guatemala is prohibiting certain countries from entering. Other Asian countries are doing the exact same thing, like Japan. I think Japan a week ago or 3 or 4 days ago said no more foreigners. You're not coming in right now. Anyways, so from that, in that regard, I'm not really hopeful. So that's what I want to say about that. I'm just really disappointed. As we get more data that comes out and more, information about this whole thing, it's like a cluster pluck, and it's like Keystone Cops, and it's like all these special interests vying to like take advantage of the situation and enrich themselves. Like I just saw today, many countries like Guatemala will not get any vaccines till about 6 months from now. So maybe May or June, there may be vaccines for people who want them. Allegedly, the vaccines from Moderna and that other U.S. company, I forget the name, but they're going to be charging $30 to $40 per shot. I don't know if that will be the final cost. I imagine in Latin America and Asia, they will jack up the prices, or the clinics will have, the nurses, charge a special fee. I mean, not the nurse, but the hospital clinic charging special fees to, take advantage of the situation. I'm not even really against that, but 6 months from now, a year from now, this could be all over, even before then. And then that's when the vaccine is going to be available for probably 80% of the world. My understanding, the United States and Europe and some Asian countries like Korea, Japan, and then places in the Middle East like Dubai, Israel, they've already bought up a good amount of the vaccine, so that they have to, replace what they bought. Manufacturers have to replace, and so people are going to have to wait. But when I say Keystone Cops, like in the U.S. and in the UK, they've already had problems distributing the vaccines. Like I said this before, you can get millions and millions of doses of vaccines, but if you don't have the nurses that can follow the regulations to like give the shots or, the injections, how are you going to roll this out real fast? None of this really makes any sense. That's just my opinion. Go ahead, leave a hate mail if you want. That's cool. I'm open for open discussions about this. But if you want the vaccine in your first world country, you better get it there. I'm not sure if there'll be anything for people here that's publicly available. So far, I haven't found anything, but I'm not really looking for it. I heard and hear that in the capital of Guatemala, their corona is raging. I don't know. I'm not there. I'm just going by rumors online, which half the time ain't true. The other thing is I made some noise about going to the capital, and I was told by some people I know that even if the current president shuts things down, the way it really works is it would probably be, like I said before, more suggestions like you could still get transportation in the city. You can still get a place to stay and do what you want to do. These things aren't really enforced too much. Now, because I haven't been in Guatemala the whole time the Corona thing's been on, I don't know. I'm going by what people have told me, so that's what's going on there. So my plan is to travel around more, see what's going on more. I would like to go to El Salvador and Honduras. I'm not sure if I can because they're charging an arm and a leg to get that test. I'm investigating a way to get a doctor's note or other alternatives to going across the border. We'll see what happens. I'm actually very curious to see what's going on in El Salvador in the capital, and then in some of the smaller communities, and also too in Honduras. Anyways, I had one more thing I want to talk about, but now I forgot. So far, things in Sheila seem pretty normal to me. Lots of business going out of business, things like that. Not too much going on there, but I just want to get some stuff taken care of, personal, private things in the capital, and then if I can, do some traveling to see what's actually going on. I was just on a forum today. There's still a lot of misinformation. There's still people saying you cannot cross the Mexican border to Mexico. And yet there's people like me and other people saying, well, not recently, but I crossed 2 weeks ago. So you can get from point A to point B. There's just a lot of confusion on that. I actually want to go to some border crossings in Guatemala and kind of see what's actually going on. There's a lot of dusty, really tiny border, maybe not a lot, but there's a few. I actually want to see what's actually going on there. See if people are actually crossing and what you actually need. So without further ado, I think I'm going to upload this because I had something else I wanted to talk about, but I forgot. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Thank you.